Hi everyone, and welcome back to my kitchen. I am back today with the ultimate summer dessert, and this one is a true classic. I'll be making my coconut key lime pie. This pie is just bursting with so much incredible tropical flavor, and it's super easy to make. So I make my pie with a coconut and graham cracker crust, which adds so much incredible flavor. And then we're going to make a traditional key lime pie filling and top the pie off with some coconut whipped cream. This pie is just so delicious. It's so perfect for summer. Let me show you just how easy it is to make. And I'm going to get this recipe started with that coconut and graham cracker crust. It is so delicious and super easy to make. So I have one package of graham crackers. There's 9 of them in here. I'm just going to break them up and drop them into my food processor. And to the graham crackers, I'm going to add in ½ cup of sweetened shredded coconut. Just sprinkle that in. We're going to close our food processor with the lid and then pulse this until just fine crumbs remain of these graham crackers. I've melted 1/3 cup of unsalted butter in the microwave, and I'm going to pour it into my food processor, and the butter is really going to help bring everything together. And then pulse this again for about 30 seconds until the crumbs are well coated in the butter. I have my crumbs all ready to go to assemble the crust, and now let's talk about the pans. Now today I'm going to be using a springform pan. You can absolutely use a regular pie dish as well. You can even use a tart pan for this recipe, just whatever you have on hand. I think this is going to be really cool because removing it out of the pan is a little bit tricky, but using a springform, it just makes things so much easier. So we're going to grab our crumbs and transfer them into the pan. And this already looks so amazing. I love the little bits of coconut in there. It's gonna be so delicious. And now it's time to make that crust. I'm just gonna spread the crumbs evenly along the bottom of the pan, and then I'm going to start to shape the sides. So you do wanna have at least about 1 inch of a crust on the sides to keep the filling inside. And this crust is ready to go into the oven. Make sure that you press those crumbs really firmly into the sides and into the bottom so that you have a nice and firm crust. And I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to bake the crust for 10 minutes, then I'll take it out, let it cool on the side, and meanwhile, we're going to get started on that key lime pie filling. It's so easy and so delicious. Into a large mixing bowl, I'm going to add in 5 egg yolks. Just drop those right in. And then I'm going to grab my hand mixer and whisk the egg yolks just by themselves for a couple minutes until they're pale and creamy. And now that I have my egg yolks all done, I am ready to add the rest of my ingredients. I'm going to add in 2 14-ounce cans of sweetened condensed milk, so that's 28 ounces total. Pour that right in. This is going to add all the sweetness we need for the recipe. And 2nd can of sweetened condensed milk going in. Next, I'm going to add in 1 cup of freshly squeezed lime juice. You want to make sure you strain it a few times so you don't have any pulp or seeds, and pour that right in. Next, I'm going to add in ½ teaspoon of vanilla extract and ½ teaspoon of lime extract. This is going to add so much great lime flavor. We're going to make it extra zesty. And we're going to add a couple tablespoons of fresh lime zest. This is also going to add so much great flavor to the filling. And I'm going to grab my mixer and cream this all together for a few minutes. I've taken my crust out of the oven and I let it cool down for about 5 to 6 minutes. It could still be slightly warm when you pour that filling in. So we're going to pour this filling right on top of that graham cracker and coconut crust. Just take a spatula, spread it evenly, and then this is ready to go into the oven. I'm going to bake my coconut key lime pie at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 to 18 minutes, just until that top is set. It's still gonna have a little bit of wiggle to it. Go ahead and take it out and let it cool on the counter for about 30 minutes, and then we're going to place it into the refrigerator and let it chill in there for about 3 to 4 hours until that filling is set. And I just took my pie out of the oven. I just wanted to show you guys the texture of the filling once it's done baking. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to capture this really well on camera, but it has just a little bit of a jiggle, almost like a cheesecake kind of setting. So now that it's out of the oven, I'm going to let it cool again for 30 minutes and then into the refrigerator. My key lime pie has set in the refrigerator. Now I'm going to make my coconut whipped cream. So I have 1 cup of chilled heavy cream. I'm going to pour that into my mixer bowl. And I'm going to add in 1/2 cup of confectioner's sugar. Next, I'm going to add in 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract and 1/2 teaspoon of coconut extract. So this is going to give this whipped cream all that incredible coconut flavor. And now I'm going to mix this all together for about 3 to 4 minutes on medium to high speed until stiff peaks form. I have my coconut whipped cream all done. I have a few lime wedges that I'm going to garnish the top with. I also want to add a little bit of lime zest onto the top as well once I get this pie out of the pan. So that's what I love about making a pie in a springform pan. It's just so much easier to remove it. I'm just going to release the springform pan and carefully, gently lift that up. And then I'm going to grab a few flat spatulas. I'm going to grab one and just run it along the bottom of the pie just to kind of release it from the bottom of the pan. And then we're going to just transfer it onto a cake stand. It's super, super easy. And now I'm ready to add my coconut whipped cream that I've transferred into a pastry bag. And today I'm using a Teco tip number 847. I'm going to add generous dollops of this cream on top. It's going to add so much incredible flavor. And then I'm going to grab a lime and add some fresh lime zest right over the cream. And a few lime wedges on top to really make things pop. Now I recommend adding these lime wedges only when you're ready to serve. So if you're going to store the pie in the refrigerator until like the next day, I recommend waiting to add the limes. And now it's time to get ourselves a little slice. I'm going to grab a sharp knife, just cut all the way through the crust. And I mean, how gorgeous is that? Now that it looks like the most stunning slice of key lime pie. This is going to be so great, and I can't wait to enjoy it with that whipped cream on top. And that is it, guys, for my easy coconut key lime pie. It turned out so stunning. I love using that springform pan. It was just so much easier to get it out of the pan, and then that coconut whipped cream on top really elevates this pie to a whole new level. For the full recipe, don't forget to head on down into that video description box. I have a link there that'll take you over to my website so you can print this off and share it with your family and friends. And now time to dig in and enjoy. This looks just so, so pretty. I'm gonna grab a little bit of that coconut whipped cream. That crust looks so good. It's so crunchy. Wow, this is so good. This is hands down the best key lime pie I've ever had. It is so delicious, so much flavor going on here. You guys are going to love that coconut and graham cracker crust. It is so flavorful. You get little bits of coconut in there, so crunchy and delicious, combined with the zesty and creamy key lime pie filling. So good. It's really zesty, not too sweet. And then you add that coconut whipped cream on top and you are in heaven. It is like the ultimate summer treat. If you guys are looking for a really easy and delicious summer dessert recipe, this one is definitely for you. Don't forget to head on down in that video description box for the link. I hope you guys have enjoyed this recipe, and I hope you enjoy it at home. I'll see you next time with a new video.